Hello. Hello. Oh. What's up, you guys? Hey, everybody. Beautiful people, come on in. You know I freestyle on Earth is School because I don't really care. I say what I want. I know that I'm cool. I don't go to school. Hey. Because Earth is school. You know the rules. Hey. Every time I'm trying to freestyle and I try to rhyme with rule, I say drool. So I had to stop myself because I didn't want to go there. What's up, people? What's up, Miss Carrie? Hello. Gorgeous, gorgeous. How are you? Thank you for coming in, you guys. This is another episode of Earth is School where I share what is on my noggin. Let me turn this down. Where I share what is in my mind, and I also give collective messages that come through me. For those of you who don't know, I am a channeler, and ta-da, here we are. And so I like to share my knowledge and the things that come to me. There's certain urges that I get to just to give to the collective and let you guys know like what's going on and the focus right now, and or things that are coming up, stuff like that. I don't really do future readings, but it kind of can turn into that sometimes. So for those of you who don't know me, that was my little introduction. My name is De La Soul, and this is my live show, Earth is School. This is my baby. Earth is School is my baby. I was literally 6 years old, maybe even a little younger when I came up with this name. So this is literally my baby, and I was a baby when I created this brand. And it says so much. It says so much. Earth is School speaks so many volumes. And I'm really grateful. I'm glad to have you guys here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, girl, Telia. Trying to say your name right. I'm not trying to butcher anybody's names. That's like my biggest fear when I go live. What's up, sis? I just met this sister recently. She's in Dakar right now. She's a YouTuber. She lives in Tanzania. If y'all want to subscribe to her channel, she has 2 daughters. She is doing her thing. Shout out to you, sis. If y'all want more inspiration, go to her channel and check her out. Maybe we'll do some double vlogging soon, right? Inspires the people. I'm gonna wait for a few of you guys to come in. Today we're going to be talking about health, human health. Yes, you are so welcome, of course, sis. Yeah, this is actually, I didn't realize until I was meditating that this is my second Earth is School episode on health. But I do know that this time there is like a real, like, I've been fighting putting this out here. I've been fighting it. And it's like, my guides have been like, you got to tell these people that health is such a big thing. Like, it's a serious thing. And I just think that this might sound weird to some people, but there is a flush of like, or a rush. I don't know if I want to use the word flush, but there's like a rush of conditions and illnesses and diseases that are on their way, or you can pretty much say they're already here. But they're recent. Like, it's like a recent thing. And I don't know if you can feel it, but there's a lot of us ignoring our health. You know, I do sessions with clients almost every day. So I speak to the collective, and I just know that this is a thing. And I was trying to wait a little bit longer, but today is like, okay, it's time to share on this. Yes, let's dig in, right? So y'all know how I do. I really don't like to go like, verbatim on the things that I write. But if I don't have some type of structure, then I'm gonna be all over the place. It's gonna come to me, and I'm just gonna spit it out. So I like to kind of go with whatever I get. I just meditate and I just let my guides run me real quick and just da 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 da. So that's how we're going to go through this sequence. It's going to be however it's supposed to be. And yeah, it's going to be really simple. And I'm going to try to stay under an hour. That's like almost impossible, right? Okay, so I'm just going to read what I wrote because this makes more sense to me, and who gives a damn, okay? Let me think. Did I forget anything else? Hold on. I did forget something else because I didn't oil down. So today I'm going to use cedar wood. Cedar wood is one of my favorites. This cap is just like been giving me the hardest. So cedar wood is such a good oil. I suggest this oil to anyone that has children with ADHD, or if you have ADHD yourself, if you have problems paying attention. This is a really good mental oil. I guess y'all can't even see what I'm doing. You guys know I only use Young Living. I live and die by Young Living because it works, because it really freaking works. Okay, so you know the routine. If you have your oils, then get them out. Do your thing. I put them on the back of my neck, on my third brain. Ooh, crap, I almost dropped some. And then I put them behind my ears. Cedarwood is really good. You guys have probably seen me post about cedarwood because I have spoken about it. But it's really good for like depression and just attention. We actually have a ADHD blend. I can't remember what else is in it, but I know that cedarwood is a main ingredient that have been tested to reduce symptoms of ADHD. So cedarwood. I always start the lives with some oils and some deep breaths. Even on Repat No Cap, I do the same thing. I just do it when me and Afro Millennial Mama are backstage. I just don't do it up front. So here I could just, you know, do my spiritual thing. It's not even a spiritual thing, okay? It's a health thing. Yes. Right? So many of us need the ADHD blend, okay? I mean, with all the distractions we have today, it's a given. Okay, so, all right, so the urge I've been feeling for us to take our health more serious, I kind of mentioned that. How disease is originally formed. So real quick, you've probably heard me talk about this before, how in Ayurvedic practices, in Native American practices, in so many indigenous cultures, how they understand and believe that diseases really do not start with bad food. And I think that the best way I describe this is like, if you don't believe this, then how come people in indigenous places where they don't have chemtrails and GMO food and stuff like that, how come they are still getting disease? I think that's like the best way to kind of put it. Like people that are literally like tribal members get cancers and diseases too, right? And the reason why is because disease really does not start with what you're putting in your body. I know that sounds crazy. I feel like with America's health craze that we've been doing, which is a really good thing, you know, the last like 10 or so years, we've been really going in on veganism and eating raw and all this good stuff. So I know that the focus has been to eat healthier and eat cleaner. And that's why we would connect in our minds that that is what diseases are originally formed from, but they are not. Those are, when it comes to the food, those are what you're putting in your body is what makes the disease expand and grow. But as I mentioned, these indigenous cultures, the Ayurvedic practices, Native American practices, they understand that disease is actually formed from traumatic events, from holding on to certain things, having resentment, not forgiving others, not forgiving yourself. I think one of my first Earth is School episodes, it could have been the first one. It was, let me look and see. It is actually me going in depth about how disease is originally formed, right? And I even named it, the name will give it away. The name is a really good title. I want to get this title. Sorry, y'all. Earth is School, first episode. Okay, it's the What episode is it? Oh, okay. It's the 5th episode, actually, and it's called Forgiving for Your Health. Forgiving for Your Health, right? So, yes, this is how diseases are originally formed. When people say, forgiveness is not about the other person, it's about you. That is like a literal, like you got to take that statement literally. It's about your health. You do have to let go. You do have to forgive. Oh, I'm like, am I tripping? I just seen one of my kids. I'm like, what am I looking at? You do have to let go. You do have to forgive. You do have to forgive yourself, and you do have to do that healing and not have that anger, because it's not even about the person. It's about your health. This is how dis-ease is originally formed. Originally, okay? The way that dis-ease grows and expands around your body and really becomes what it ends up being formed into, tumors or fibroids and things like that, it is, there's quite a few things. So I just listed some things here. The food, obviously, right? Eating GMO food, eating processed food, eating sugars and white foods that are causing mucus in your body. The chemicals around us. I know I'm going to do an episode on this because this deserves its own episode, for real. Like, hi, yeah, I can't even begin to talk about your laundry detergents and your perfumes, all these things. Let me just break this down real quick. When it comes to a fragrant, right? All these things that have fragrances, because they want these things to smell good for us. We want these things to smell good. But when you understand what it takes for a fragrant to be made, just one single fragrance has anywhere between 50 to 100 chemicals just to make this one flavor, right? This one smell. So when you have something like orange cherry blossom perfume, or orange, or I don't know, vanilla something, laundry detergent, we're talking about multiple, what do you call it? I want to say flavonoids, but basically multiple scents, multiple fragrances, and that is multiple. That means that it's hundreds of chemicals. So I know that, if I can remember, because I used to talk about this heavily, the average woman, we use up to 300 chemicals a day, just between us washing dishes, just between us putting on our perfumes and our sprays, and we're shopping at Bath and Beyond and all these different things. You guys, please, I urge you. Right now we are in the era, and it seems like it's kind of dying down with the awareness about the labels of our food, right? A lot of us know now that the governments do not want to, especially the U.S. government, does not want to, or didn't want to label things as GMO'd, and now they're putting things as organic and stuff like that. But when we talk about the labels on our laundry detergent and the different things that we use in our house, we haven't even begun. Like that, I'm ahead of my time right now sharing this with you guys. I'm going to say in the next like 5 years, you guys are going to see a big boom of people like suing companies and people coming out with all of these tumors and cancers and fibroids, all these things that were caused specifically due to these laundry detergents and these dishwashing soaps and the perfumes, the Glad, what do you call it, candle thingies and all that stuff. This is like ahead of our time information, because we haven't came up on this yet, but it is slowly happening. And I mean, I cannot stress enough. Like, I have so many quotes that I've shared. I should have pulled some up, but I have lots of quotes that I've shared from scientists just saying things like if parents knew, like if we knew what was inside of these chemicals that we're using to wash off our what you call it, our dishes, and to spray on our bodies, we wouldn't use them. We wouldn't use them around our children. They cause reproductive issues, all types of stuff. Chronic headaches. Oh my God. Chronic headaches is like a huge thing. That's a big problem. And even though hydration is a well-known reason for it happening, we have yet to touch the surface on the chemicals that we're using being directly linked to chronic headaches. So that's a big thing. I'm going to try to read some comments as I go. I'm going to try to stop and read comments so I don't have a long comment thing going on. Yes, what your body absorbs. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, even when it comes to the skin, like it takes only 3 seconds. It might be 2. This is like rusty information in my brain because it's been a long time since I've shared it. But it takes about 2 to 3 seconds for chemicals to get inside of your bloodstream when it touches your skin. So, oh my God, I just wish I could like put y'all in my brain and help y'all to see what the craziness is about these chemicals and these different products that we're using. I mean, it's almost worse than the food that we're putting in. At least your liver and different functions of your body and your organs are fighting to get rid of the toxins that of what you're eating inside of you. But a lot of the things that are inside of these chemicals, our body is just not designed to fight off well enough. So I would say that it is just as, if not even more harmful than the foods that we're eating. Dead ass. And you have to do the research to, if you don't understand that. Yes, this is so true. I was using a lot of alcohol to clean my hands during COVID, and it has affected my body. Please don't get me started, because when I say, like, when I was going around, houses and, sharing, I would go to parks and have women gather, and I would specifically share with them the effects of the fake sanitizer, of the, what do you call it? I feel like such a retard. I don't even know these brands. Whatever is the spray, Lysol. And I mean, this was my job. Like, I was going around and sharing this information with people. And then the pandemic came, and it was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe that I had spent these years in my business sharing with people, like making this thing, making us aware of not using these things. And then parents were spraying their kids with Lysol, and we were using extra bleach. And I was just like, yo, I can't even watch this happen, because the effects of it, when you do the research, you're in the kitchen throwing your stuff away. Like, you don't even want to inhale that stuff. So yeah, I actually predicted that in the next 5 or so years, there were going to be a lot of people coming out with like skin conditions and all types of things from us using so much of that. Like, it's so evil. Like, they know this stuff. They know what this kind of stuff is going to do. It's crazy. Yeah, the best thing that you could do is detox, is cleanse and detox, and try to, this stuff stays in our system for so long. It's like, once it gets in your skin, it's in there. So, I don't even want to, like, I'm going to have to detach from social media when people start sharing about the effects of that, because I was like, please, guys, don't do this. It was making me crazy. Okay, so we're talking about the different effects. Like, we've already discussed how dis-ease really starts, okay? The real reason, the real way that it starts. And now we're talking about how it grows and the things that trigger it, okay? A lot of us, most of us all have cancer in our body just waiting, cancer cells just waiting to become cancer. So we're just all like on the brink of having these type of common conditions, blood issues, hypertension and cancer and fibroids and all these things. We're all on the brink of that. And then it's just that when you are putting the bad stuff in your body, when you're eating the white sugars and all these things, when you are using these chemicals and stuff, it's triggering, and then it will create disease. So the other thing that helps disease expand is radiation. So I know this is not really a common conversation, and not just disease, conditions, right? Radiation is a real thing, y'all, like dead ass. I know there was like the thing with the towers and stuff, and I think that we kind of wrote it off as a conspiracy thing. I'm not going to talk about conspiracy stuff. I'm just going to give you my own personal experience with radiation. So for years, like when I would talk on the phone, I'm left-handed. So I would talk on my left ear. And from my high school years all the way until about 10 years ago, I would have chronic headaches. And my headaches would only exist on this side that I would be speaking on the phone with. So I don't know how it took me all those years to put two and two together, or maybe I did and I was ignoring it. But I stopped talking on the phone till this day now. So it's been like almost 10 years, yeah. And I do not have my phone to my ear. I speak on speakerphone. Every once in a while I use headphones. But when I say the moment I stopped bringing my phone up to my ear to speak, my chronic headaches went away. So this is not everyone's chronic headache thing, right? Because it seems like I deal with helping people heal from their chronic headaches a lot, and it's not always radiation. But radiation is definitely a thing. I've definitely helped people with getting rid of the radiation from their body, and they've seen a difference. So my own personal experience, there's no way it could be anything else for my, personal thing. It was definitely me having the phone's radiation up to my head, every day for all those years, and it causing me to have, like, my brain would be banging, like, and those things do cause, radiation causes cancer, it causes tumors. So please be mindful of that. I don't play about, like, I don't put my cell phone in my pocket or anywhere around my uterus or anything like that, because I don't want to activate any kind of cancer cells. Okay, naturally Nats asks, hey sis, what's a good way to detox? I just came in. So that's coming up. I'm definitely going to mention cleansing and detoxing, right? And yeah, okay, let me just get there. Because I'm like, okay, wait, I'm trying to always go in order. I be having so much to share, and I want to make sure that I get it all out. And we're doing good. What time is it? Okay, we've been on 21 minutes. So the third thing was radiation. The last thing that I wanted to mention on what expands disease, you can say that this actually is the original cause. I guess it's just such a big thing that I wanted to mention it. But, again, we talked about the original causes and then the things that are feeding your disease and making it expand, right? So this would go into the category of it actually being the cause of it, and that would be stress. Stress is a huge thing. I mean, I think we all know this. If we're breaking it down into a science, it is not a conspiracy that when you are dealing with stress, your body is going into fight or flight, your body is having anxiety, and it's literally making your immune system weak. Neuroscientists have proven this countless times. It is not a myth. So when we're stressing about bills, about our relationships, about moving, it doesn't matter what the subject is, about our kids, you really are putting strain on your body. Your body is having to work harder, and it really does open up the door for disease. That's a lot of people's chronic headache issues, a lot of women that have fibroids and uterine issues. The start of that, the original cause of that is stress. So when I talk about keeping your peace and protecting yourself, it is a life or death situation. Take it very seriously, for real. And if you're an empath, then your body will physically change. Like, you will see the changes when you're going through grieving of someone or whatever it is, a breakup. You will literally see your muscles start to get flatter and your body parts. Like, it happens to me and it's incredible. Like, I'm a real transformer. But anyone who is a healer, if you're an empath, you may or may not have noticed this. I tell my reader friends all the time, like, you sick because you're not protecting yourself, because you're picking up on all of this stress from other people. So it's a real thing, okay? Stress. I want to say that might be one of the number one causes of disease. Oh, my bad. What about plastic water bottles? Do you think we should use water bottles made from glass instead? Yes, definitely try to get glass water bottles. I really try to stay away from plastic, and it's been so hard here. Here in Senegal, it's definitely harder to do. Recently, I just bought us, what is that material? Look at my kids out here. What is that material? Is it titanium or something? But it's like in the lining of the water bottles, and it helps to keep, even of a like coffee cup or whatever, and it helps to keep it warm or cold. I just recently invested in some of those. So, but in the States, it was easier. We were never using plastic. Plastic has BPA in it, so it's a really harmful chemical to your skin. It's harmful to your blood and your heart, and that's why they tell you not to reuse the water bottles and stuff, because it has BPA in it. So if you do use plastic, then look for BPA free plastic. Yeah, is it steel? I didn't think it was steel. I'm like, dang, are they using steel? But yeah, one of those. Maybe it's a mixture of both. It's like a cheap version. Excuse me. Look at him waving. That's Titus. Yes, so get those water bottles, or the BPA free ones. They have them on Amazon. That's where I used to buy them. And let's see. Okay. Where we at? Stress, how to get rid of it, doing the hard. Okay, so how to get rid of disease? How do you get rid of disease? So let me take a breath. Okay. People will try to argue me or you on this, and I don't care. Like, you can come for me, because because I know for a fact that there is no disease that we have to live with. There is no condition. I don't care what it is. If you caught it, if you catch it and it's late, then okay. It is what it is. If you catch it and you don't know what to do, or if you go to the doctors and they misdiagnose you, like, all these different things get mixed up. But the truth is that there's no disease that we have to live with. There is a cure for every disease. And not only that, check this out. Not only is there a cure for every disease, but there is more than one cure. Oh my God, like, let me find out that God showed up for us like this. Nature really did its thing. When nature created, what do you call it? Fruits, vegetables, herbs, and roots, barks, and things like that we heal from, it really did it by, like, with using different properties and constituents that cleanse your body and detox your body and help you heal. And there's not just one cure. I know this sounds crazy, but there's not just one. Let me think. I won't say that there's not just one way to heal, because it is, and I'm getting to that right now, but there is not just one cure, if that can make sense. Nature really did come with these plants and these herbs and these essential oils, which is just the blood of plants and herbs and barks. And really, and it really did come through for us, where you can cure yourself in multiple ways. Some things are not available to everyone. So why would nature make it where it's just like this certain thing and this certain thing, and then that's it? And then it's like, if you can't get access to it, if you were not alive during this information era, then you're just out of luck. It's not like that. Healing is really a lot easier than we think, and that's the point of this live. I want to make it simple. I want to simplify healing for us so that we don't overthink it. Okay, so how do you get rid of it? I said here, doing the hard, boring, consistent work. I know it's boring. Like, no one wants to, like, be consistent on eating right and changing their mind. Nobody wants to sit back for 10 minutes a day and really, really decide that they really have the power to heal themselves. Nobody wants to do the research, even though it's so simple. There's people on YouTube every day. There's people on YouTube showing you how they have cured themselves of fibroids and cancers and things like that. I know it's so boring, but that is the work that it takes. You can also go the route of surgery. There are a few surgeries that I would say are helpful. It just depends on the condition and the type of surgery. And then there's some that are not helpful, that it just comes back. And just causes other issues. But we're not getting into all that. We're talking about health and healing ourselves. And the truth is that, yeah, you can really do it yourself. And it just takes that work and that consistency. So now we're going to get into cleansing versus detoxing. Both of these things can help you to clear your disease. I personally have my own definition of the difference of these two things. I believe that when you're detoxing, it's helping to clear your urinary tract. It's helping to clear your skin. I look at detoxing as like on the surface level cleansing. I'm trying to be careful with my words because we're talking about the difference between cleansing and detoxing. So I just look at it as on the surface level. It's something that we should do throughout the year, a few times a year. Let me write this down real quick because I got to talk about why the hell are we not cleansing and detoxing periodically. Hold on. But I want to stay on what I'm saying right now. Okay, so cleansing, detoxing, you're going to see your urine change into the, good clear color that it should be, not clear, but and you're going to see your skin clear up and things like that. Cleansing is something that we should do at least once a year. And it is a real, it's really getting in there. That means that you're really clearing out your colon and your small and large intestines, and your organs are really getting a rumble. And the parasites in our body that is in all of us, we all have parasites. And cleansing is how you really get it. Detoxing is not really going to get the parasites out, but cleansing will. So detoxing, okay? We're talking about juicing. We're talking about drinking things like ginger and lime and pineapple rinds and things like that. Those are good detoxing. You can pull it up real quick. Pinterest is a really good resource. And it's just a matter of taking some really potent herbs. I like to use essential oils and, plants or fruit, certain things like that. And then you just juice them, right? Or you can do it's almost like a fasting, you could say, like water and lemon water and things like that. And then cleansing, there's a few methods. I used to do this old school cleanse that was a real ass cleanse. Y'all gonna be like, what the hell? But this is old school though. This is our grandmothers and our great grandmothers know about this cleanse. And it is where you drink a certain amount of ounces of oil, like a certain amount of olive oil, a certain amount. Give me a second. Hey. Yeah. You're on the live. Okay. I'm like everybody that's walking past the thing. So that's crazy. I know. I actually switched it. I used to do olive oil, then I switched it to avocado oil. And it is a bomb cleanse. It gets your small intestine first, and then your large intestine. Like I said, it's an old school cleanse, so it really works. It will make the parasites come out of you. Literally, you can see the parasites in the toilet, depending on how many you have. And it's a powerful cleanse. And I did that for about a year or two with different clients, with myself. The kids have taken it. And then I was just like, okay, this is exhausting. This is a lot of work. Having people drink these oils and coaching them through it, it's a real mental thing. And I just wanted to find easier ways to help people cleanse. So I use a cleanse from Young Living called ICP. Let me think if there's anything. I haven't really used anything like a cleanse is like a base, it should be something with more substance. And you're going to see your bowel, the way that that you're doing a real cleanse is your bowel movements are going to start flowing. If you are used to passing once a day, twice a day, it's going to be a lot more. You should be passing at least 3 times a day. So for those of you, sometimes I get people that haven't passed for days, for weeks. It means that you definitely want to cleanse, because our bowel movements tell us everything. I might have to do a whole separate thing on that, because you're just like our blood, ladies, just like our period blood, our bowels it's like a compass to tell us what's going on inside of our bodies. So the way that you know that you're cleansing really well, or like let's say you pay for someone's cleanse, and it's, you don't really know if it's doing much. You will know if your bowels are picking up, if you're having more consistent bowel movements. But if not, then it's not really doing the job. There are only a few ways that the parasites and the gunk in our body comes out. It'll come out of your eyes. So the sleep in your eyes, I kind of call that, what I used to say? I used to say parasite, like the liquid from a parasite. And then also the other way is like through like a fungal infection through your vaginal canal, and then of course through your bowels. So if that's not happening, then you're not really cleansing. And the cleansing should be done, I say, at least once or twice a year. You're good if you're cleansing once a year, and we should be detoxing like 3 times a year. And the purpose of this is to prevent disease. If you want to prevent disease, if you want to be at homeostasis, at your optimum health, you really want to be detoxing at least twice a year. You can do it for like a few weeks, detoxing at least a few times a year, and doing that for like a few weeks, and then cleansing at least once a year. When you cleanse, it needs to last for, again, I'm throwing this out here because it depends on if you're trying to get rid of a condition or if you're just preventing something, but at least a month, for sure, 30 days at minimum. And if you could go 3 months, if you have something that you're trying to get rid of, it definitely needs to be 3 to 6 months. So let me look at these comments real quick, and then I'll get right back to that. I invested in a Berkey water purifier and plan on using the glass bottles. Good. Oh my God. We used to have a Kagan machine. We still have it, but I haven't been able to connect it. If you guys have any connects on Kagan water machines, I'm missing, like, it might be 2 pieces now, but I'm definitely missing 1 piece. And so we haven't even had like our water hookup. I know. I got to take a deep breath when I think about it. But definitely getting a purifier is really good. I just need to get back into that mindset. That is key. After grieving, I let myself go and ate whatever, but I am trying to get back on track, and I'm upset with myself for the abuse. Oh my goodness, the abuse I've done. So that's real. And thank you so much for sharing that, because you're not alone. There are so many people that feel the same way. Some, we're ignoring it. We're running from that truth. First, you need to forgive yourself and be really grateful that you're even aware, because most of us are not even aware, or a lot of us aren't. So that you're even aware that you got off track and that you need to get back on track, and then forgive yourself. Be thankful for your awareness and for time, because time here allows us the time to heal ourselves. So, like you have time, you do have time. And I think that there is a lot of peace. Like when you, if any of you feel that way, that I just read her comment, then I think that you can get a lot of assurance and a lot of peace by knowing that you have time, by knowing that the awareness of this is a great thing. I'm so grateful for this awareness. I'm so glad that I caught this live. How divine. I've been already thinking of getting myself back on track. I've been already in this, trying to get into this mindset. Thank you guys. Thank you, God. I appreciate this, this epiphany, or this knowing, this divineness of you catching this live and just being aware, just knowing that it's something that you need to do. You'll be so surprised how many people are not even on that level. So give yourself grace and set up a regimen for yourself. You can start light or you can go hard. It just depends. I definitely need to cleanse and detox. I have to find one that is mild for my kids. Do you recommend a fruit that helps promote bowel movements. Um, there's definitely some fruits. What I've been doing with the kids lately have been beets and a. I've been doing a little bit of radish. I don't know how old the kids are, so or if they even okay, no, never mind. I was gonna say if they even like radishes, but don't go with what they like, because beets are not something that kids always like. My kids like beets. I don't like beets, but don't go with what the kids like. I would say that definitely beets are good. Pineapple is good, and even apple. Even doing some just natural, grinding up some good natural, or I mean to say organic, apples is really good for getting the bowel movements going. And again, that's how you know that you're getting rid of this stuff if your bowels is doing its thing. So that's really good. Some people debate me on that because sometimes I get people that are they're really off on their health, but their bowel movements are not as bad. So I don't really like, sometimes we're eating things that are almost laxative, and I feel like that's why that would happen. Because some people are like, oh well, then I'm good then because my bowels are great. But then that you're having dark circles under your eyes, you're dealing with liver and blood issues, your limbs are going numb, you're very fatigued, like there's all these different signs that are telling you that you do need to cleanse, that your health is at risk. So that's why I kind of tread lightly when I speak on the bowels in that way, because some people assume that if their bowels are good, and that's what I said, that your bowels are moving, then it's good. There's some confusion with that. So don't be confused. You might be eating something that is making you have good bowels, but it doesn't mean that your body is at optimum health. It's happening. It's at health whenever it's happening naturally, even if you are what you call it, even if you're fasting, no matter what you're eating, if you're having normal bowel movements. But definitely try the beet juice. I do a little bit of mango or some citrus, and then I juice up beets. It's really good for the blood, and it will help regulate your bowels. Let's see. I think dragon fruit is good too for that. Okay, so we just touched on the difference between cleansing and detoxing. So then how do you get rid of disease? The simplest way I put it is you have to stop and okay, let me say this in the easiest way. You have to stop putting the bad stuff in your body and start putting the good stuff in your body. Real simple, right? It sounds really simple, at least. You have to stop putting the bad stuff in your body and start putting the good stuff, the right stuff in your body. So that is our sugars and our breads. If you're a wine or alcohol drinker, wine has lots of sugar and lots of alcohols do too. And the processed foods, these are things that are carrying free radicals, that are allowing for disease to grow. So you really have to stop putting those things inside of your body and start replacing those things with good things. I know this sounds simple, right? Because it really is. Healing is really this simple, guys. Like, I don't think that, like, I feel like children can understand this. I think that any of us can understand that you are a vessel, and when you research the ingredients of the things that you're putting in your body, the result of it is cancers and headaches and what you call it, arthritis and all these different conditions with our uterus and stuff. And that if you stop those things, and if you research the things that give you your energy and that help to fight off those things and that help to rejuvenate your blood and things like that, if you put those things inside of you, then the result will be good. I think we can all agree on that, right? Where it gets complicated is the mental work that it takes and then not knowing. So that actually leads me to my next thing. Not knowing what to do is what I mean. And then the mental strength that it takes. What did I write here? I wrote the mental strength it takes. Yeah, I actually wrote the mental strength that it takes and the illusion of eating healthy. So the mental strength that it takes, it really does take a consecutive amount of time. You cannot think that, let's just say that someone has a condition and over the course of 3 to 5 years they have went vegan, and so that means that they're not eating meats, and so they're drinking more water and they're just being more health conscious. And some people are like, I don't know why I'm not getting rid of this condition, or I don't know why she's still dealing with that. She eats better than I do. But there really is an illusion of healing that's taking place, because you could be vegan, but you could be like a starchitarian. You could be eating lots of starches, still lots of breads. You can be eating lots of processed foods that cause these things. And okay, my throat. Hold on. And I believe that, I think that we think that if you just start eating healthy, then you can get rid of the disease. But it takes more than that. Because why? This disease didn't even start from your health. It didn't even start from the food. We're just cleansing out your body and getting the bad stuff out so that it can no longer live. But it starts in your mind. So your mindset has to say, I know that I can get rid of this. I know that I can either prevent it in myself and my children, or I know that even though I have this condition and it's full blown, I know that I have the ability to get rid of it, because I'm a human and I'm here. And it just so happens that these plants and these different herbs and fruits and stuff, it just so happens that they match with the different receptors in my body that scientifically show that I can heal. So it just shows you that we are supposed to heal naturally. And I think that it's a mental game. I think that understanding that healing something, like preventing something, is yes, not eating the meat, going on your detoxing and your cleansing and stuff. But when you actually have a disease living inside of you, you need to starve the cells that are fighting, or I should say the ones that are fighting to live. You have to starve them. So you have to do a complete cutoff. It's not just about not eating meat. It's about not eating processed food, and it's about not being around processed people, not having processed energy. It's so much bigger. We're talking about the difference between preventing disease and living your lifestyle, eating healthy and things like that. And then we're talking about you actually having a condition that you have to really kill. And it is a difference. And I'm saying this because I talk to a lot of people that say, well, I've been doing this and doing this. And they're like, it's no way that you could be telling the truth. Like, obviously I have to live with this disease because I've been vegan for all these years, but it's because you're not really starving the cells. Don't think about the course of your lifestyle. Think about just the next 3 months. I am not going to eat any processed foods. I'm going to get rid of my laundry detergent that causes cancer, that's linked to tumors and things like that. I'm going to get rid of my perfumes. I'm going to get rid of these people that are around me that are in my life, or this person that is causing stress. Like, all of these things, we're talking about combating a disease, right? We're talking about making a tumor or some type of, fibroid-like thing shrink. And it's not going to be just you eating healthy for a long time. It takes more than that. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to go back to that, and then I'm going to read some comments real quick. This is so helpful and needed. Yes, thank you. Thank you. You're so welcome. This is a message for the collective, guys. I don't know if I put emphasis on that, but there is something about disease, like, I don't even know how to word it, honestly. It's just inside of me. But a lot of us are going to be coming up with diseases. I guess it's like the best way to put it. A lot of us are right now. There's like a rush of it. And a lot of us are going to continue with these conditions. And our children, really young children, we see it already. Like, kids didn't used to get diabetes. Diabetes used to be like an adult situation, like an adult thing. Now, the conditions that we thought that you were only getting with older age our young children are getting. And the causes of it are the things that I went through, but it really does have to do with traumatic experiences and us needing to heal. And so I really wanted to come here and share this information because there is a focus that, like, I feel like what I know is that a lot of us are not taking our health serious. That's what it is. People are not taking your health serious. We are ignoring the signs. We are having chronic fatigue and we're sitting on the toilet, and in 2 seconds, our limbs are going numb. We are having, what do you call it? Water retention. Our legs are getting swollen and getting weak really quick. Like, we're having all these different signs. Your body is a compass. We're having really bad cramps. Blood clots are coming out during our menstruals. I mean, the list goes on and on. We're constipated for days and we're just ignoring it. And it is time. Like, if you're watching this live, if you're on this episode of Earth is School, then this is for you. You have to take your health serious. You have to think about yourself, the children that you want to see grow. Like, who else is going to raise them? Who else is going to help them, right? How many more people like you? And just yourself. You want to have a clearer mind. You want to be able to make decisions with a clearer mindset. You have to take your health serious. There's almost nothing more important. And when I say health, I'm talking about your body and your mind. So that means I'm talking about taking the bad stuff out, putting the right stuff in. And I'm not just talking about food. I'm also talking about people. That's it. Okay, if you can replay that last part, that is the message of this live, okay? Don't get me started with my sugar addiction. It's been a struggle. Oh, I feel you. I already know. And you know, it's crazy how it works because it's like a reoccurring cycle, because we eat the bad food and then the bad food causes these parasites. And when there's a full moon and at night even, and just throughout the day, these parasites make us crave these sugars and things. And then so you eat the stuff because that's what you're craving, and then you crave it more because you ate the stuff. It's crazy. It's like a loop around effect. And you will see a difference. Actually, did I make that post? Sometimes I write things and I don't actually post it. I don't think I posted it. Maybe I wrote it here. But I was saying that the two ways that you know that you're cleansing is whenever, again, your bowel movements are changing. They're being more frequent and more consistent. And whenever your cravings are changing. When you can eat like bitter things and things that normally wouldn't taste good, and you're no longer like, oh my God, I need the sugar, I need the cakes, I need the, the candy or whatever. So those are your two like dead giveaways that you're cleansing. But yeah, it is an ongoing cycle. I know it's hard. It's hard, but if you've ever been sick, I know we've all been sick before. So just take those moments when you're sick, when you might have had an injury. I mean, really, right now, think about a time that you were sick or you had an injury and you were out of commission, when you had to be on bed rest and you couldn't really speak to your kids or do things for your loved ones, when you couldn't go to the gatherings. Think about that time and spend some time in that time, because that is where you're going to be if you don't take your health serious. I don't think that we understand, like, it's so crazy. We're souls having a human experience. This is not me. I'm not my body. I'm just inside of it. So if I don't take care of it, I'm going to have to move out. Like, it's that real. You would think that health would be taught in schools. Like, it should be like you can't even graduate if you don't master how the body works, how the mind works, because you can't heal yourself if your mind is not working right. And it's just like, what the hell? This is a major thing. Like, when your body is out of commission, everything is out of commission. You can't run your business. You can't go to work. You can't function your home right. I mean, like, this is some important shit, right? Like, it's like the most important thing, right? it's amazing the way we ignore it. It's crazy. And I'm not talking at you guys. I'm talking to you guys and with you guys, because myself included. Myself included, I constantly have to be like, okay, First of all, I can't be no healer and I'm not healing myself. You know, I'm not healed. And then I have children that I am raising, and it is probably the most important thing to me that they understand how the mind works, how the body works, and how to heal themselves. It is like, oh my God, the fact that we have to go to people that we don't know, and for Black people that we don't really trust, and we're supposed to trust them with our health. Like, do you see my face? This is the most unbelievable stuff to me. Like, when you really think about how crazy this is, why don't we know how our bodies function? Why don't we know what this soursop can do for us, or this simple apple? Why don't we understand the concept of an apple a day keeps the diseases away? Like, why are we not taking apple cider vinegar shots every day? Like, why don't we understand this stuff? This is your body, and your mind is what's running you. The only reason why you're able to download the information that I'm giving you is because you have a mind, like, so we got to take care of it. We have to take it more serious. There's really nothing more important. Self-care, like, we have this whole thing about self-care, and we kind of look at it like self-care is taking a vacation. Okay, hold on one second. Why is he crying? Huh? We're supposed to know. I'm doing the show. Can you wait? Okay, I need you to wait, okay? Give me 10 more minutes, okay? And then you can come in here. Okay, thank you so much. Did you come up with the potatoes? Okay, y'all can start cooking. We're gonna do sandwiches. Are you hungry? Okay, they're gonna cook right now. Okay, so Coach tried to barge in here. So, dang it, I know I was gonna forget what I was saying, where I was. But I know I'm saying how important this stuff is. Like, it doesn't make sense for our children. I don't feel comfortable if I don't understand the way the body and the brain works, and my kids are having some type of condition, and I have to trust this person. I mean, I feel a little bit more safe here. We are with people that look like us. Even in Atlanta, the doctors they look like us. So I feel a little bit more comfortable. But honestly, it's really like suicidal for us to be out here and not knowing how these things function and not taking it serious when everything is down. If you're down, everything is down, right? Everything that has to do with you. So yes, I'm going to read this comment. I need to keep this message and repeat, right? Because you are speaking truth. My family had more to say about me being vegan than they do when I eat bad. Isn't that crazy? It's amazing. I seen a post. I saved it for me to share it. It's like I think the guy is a doctor or something, but he said something like eating healthy, eating vegan is like such a phenomenon that we look at it like it's like we look at eating junk food like that's just like a normal thing, and then eating healthy like it's a diet. Like, why is it a diet and not just a way of living? Like, ma'am, can you scooch over? You're distracting the show. Look at her look of confusion. Kyoko, I can see you. I can see you in the live. I need you to move away so you're not distracted. Okay. She's like, okay, you can see me in. I'm sorry, y'all. I just want no distractions. So yeah, it's really crazy the way that is like, I mean, damn, like it's just crazy. Like, I mean, I have this epiphany about once a week, and I'm just like, what are we doing here? Am I really here? Is this the Twilight Zone? Because if you really think about it, we have fruits and vegetables that even the Quran, even the Bible says that God put the fruits and vegetables here, the herbs, to feed us and to heal us. Like if you research what one apple, what one orange is doing, it has all of these properties to stop and fight cancer and all these different illnesses and stuff. So when did this not be considered medicine for us? Of course, we know with the pharmaceutical and the whole boom of that, but I mean, come on, this is crazy. Like we are eating our food and we're not realizing that we can be eating supplements. Like the foods that you eat can be a supplement. It literally is, it's vitamins for you. And if you just put them in a juicer, then you're going to get even more than what you would get from just chewing on it, chewing on a few fruits and vegetables a day. So I'm urging you guys, please juice. If you don't have a juicer, invest in one. And at minimum, just make some beet and mango juice. Some beet and apple juice. At minimum, it really is going to make a difference. I think that because we don't understand the scientific terms, we hear about antioxidants and things like that. And I think that because we don't really know what these things do, I should definitely do an episode breaking down like what the definition of these things are and just educating us on that. And I think that that's the reason why we kind of belittle the properties of, what's inside of an apple or an orange or a mango or something like that, radishes, and even the potato. Potatoes have so many benefits, health benefits for our body. And, if we don't fry them, we can literally put beets with something sweet, some type of sweet fruit, and blend in potatoes. It's high in vitamin B and vitamin C. Yeah, like everything. There's nothing that naturally grows from the earth that was not designed to help you heal. I'm going to say that again. There's nothing that is naturally grown, not raised, grown from the earth that was not designed to help you heal. There's just no way that this can be an argument, because when you look at the ingredients inside, it literally says this will help you with this. This is going to help you with clarity and all these different vitamin K and, help you give you iron and things like that. It's amazing. It's a magical place. So I talked about the mental strength that it takes, the consistency of cleansing. The last thing, well, okay, this is the second to last thing I'm going to mention is, I kind of did touch on this. Well, kind of when I was saying like how we have this illusion of health, and it's just kind of crazy that we don't really understand, like, or we don't care to understand how our body works and stuff. This kind of ties into that. And that is, how come we are not periodically detoxing and cleansing? Let's just hear me out, okay? Think about this. If you are eating processed foods most of the days of your life, you know that it's causing issues, right? You know that it's not feeding your immune system, it's making it weaker. You know that your body is having to fight harder and all that good stuff, right? So then how come it is not the norm for us to cleanse and detox? Shouldn't it be the norm? Like, it should be a normal thing. Like, you should get to your 6 months and of the year and be like, whoa, hold on. Like, I haven't even detoxed. I haven't even cleansed. So I'm putting all this bad stuff inside my body, and I haven't even done anything to take it out, to just flush it out. Even if you're going to put it right back in, do you? But just stacking these things on top of, this is why the illnesses are expanding. This is why this is happening. We have to normalize getting this stuff out of our body. We have to normalize cleansing. And remember, I'm not just talking about food, I'm also talking about the toxins that we use. We have to normalize, like we have 12 months in a year. Pick a month. Pick a month. For us, it's March. It's whenever the new year comes. For some people, springtime, I think it's the best time to cleanse. You know, you just left winter where you were probably hibernated in the house and didn't really go outside. Even here in Senegal, I hibernate during the winter time. It's not even cold like that. And I'm just in the house as if it's snowing outside. So that's not the best time to cleanse. That's normally the time that you want to eat your winter foods, you know, your comfort foods and stuff. So right after that, right after I hibernate and do all that, in March, then I come through with my cleanse and we do a whole like detox cleanse thing. And then I just hit it right back up in like the next 2 months. Like just normalize it. Just normalize juicing at minimum. Normalize juicing and just detoxing, right? Because it just makes sense that we're not piling all this stuff up on our bodies. There was something else I did want to mention. It was about vitamins. Do I want to talk about vitamins? I will just say that vitamins are really important. The vitamins inside of our food, you know, scientists are calling American food, like the food in the US, scientists are calling it cardboard food. Like food that has no nutritional value because of the soil, and then also because it's often it's GMO. Not all the time, of course. Organic does still exist, even though it's not as common, but it does still exist. And so with us eating cardboard foods, and it's not just in the States, but it is mostly in the States. But with us eating, even if you're not in a place where the food doesn't have much nutritional value, you are not going to eat enough fruits and vegetables that is required for your body type, for your weight and your sex. You're not going to be consuming enough for it to make the difference that it needs to make on a daily basis. Like you would have to be like a fruitarian, and you would have to like just really be like, it's like 3 mangoes, 6 bananas, 4 oranges, like in order for us to really like get the vitamins in type thing, right? Or you would have to be mostly eating fruits and vegetables. So because of that, vitamins are important. You should be taking vitamins, and please be careful where you get your vitamins from, because all vitamins are not created equally. And most of these companies know that there has been this health boom, and they are putting fillers in their vitamins and making them last longer, making the color last longer. And it's not really, it's giving like the placebo effect. Honestly, most vitamin companies are doing that. I'm serious. I'm going to say maybe there is like 5 companies in the world that is not. Seriously, do your research. There's about 5 companies in the world that are not mixing their herbs and vitamins and things like that. It's really rare to find a company that is honest. You have to, like, I'm crazy about this. So when I find a company of herbs or vitamins that I want to use, I'm not only researching that company, but I want to know the founder. I want to know the history of the founder. I'm going to literally research their family, how they grew. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but as a healer, I know that if I was to start a company selling herbs and vitamins and stuff, it would make sense because I live this lifestyle. There are lots of companies where their founders just kept, caught the wave, and they're like, hey, this can sell, so let me go ahead and, get me a little company going and get these herbs and stuff, like that kind of thing. So you don't want that. You want to be taking your vitamins from someone who is from a company that whose founder is really about health, who really cares, so that even if they pass away, they have certain things that are set in place. You know what happened with Dr. Sebi? I don't know how true this is, but I know that a lot of people were saying that after he passed away, there were other people involved that had became involved in his herbs, in the different herbal concoctions that he was selling, and people are not getting the same results. This is just what I have read. I do not know how true it is. But I have seen that lots of times. I believe I've seen his wife speaking out about it, about some people coming in and taking over and stuff. So it is really important of where you get your, it's really important that you take vitamins, because again, these foods are not going to give you the nutrients that you need on a daily basis. Like, they're not going to give you the daily value that your human body needs. And then it's really important, like, what's the point of taking the vitamins, of spending your money on them if they're not really going to work, if they're going to cause other issues, or if they're just giving you the placebo effect. So it's really important where you get them from. I get my vitamins from 2 companies. The only companies you'll hear me talk about for now is Young Living and Nature Sunshine. Nature Sunshine is like the oldest U.S. Herbal company, and Young Living is literally the oldest oil company. If it wasn't for Young Living, the founder, Gary, we wouldn't even have anything written in English on essential oils. So these are the 2 companies, and I know well, not personally, but I know of the founders. Let me grab some stuff. So these are some things that I take from them. There's no fillers. Most of your vitamins should have to go in the refrigerator. That's another way that you know that it's a live culture, that it's real. Let me see what I have here. So I have Very Gone from Nature Sunshine. This is good for varicose veins, anybody dealing with any kind of blood issues. Hemorrhoids is also a blood issue. Believe it or not, hemorrhoids is a blood issue. It's not an anal issue, okay? So if anyone has any of those kind of things, this is Varigon. And I started having this issue after my last pregnancy. So I got those, and they have been very helpful. And these are herbs that I use for my mommy's, my herbal concoction. And this is really good for your uterine health. So it's called 5W, but it's really good for your uterine health. I take these on a daily basis. It has Dong Quai and what else is some good stuff in here? Oh yeah, black cohosh. Butcher's broom. This is like the best ingredient for women in our reproductive system. And then I have these 2. These are Super Bees. Super Bees. Oh my God. Super Bees. That's all I can say is Super Bees. This is from Young Living. Please, if you guys are feeling depleted and fatigued, get Super Bees, yo. Like, this right here is magic in a bottle. I would not lie to you. Super Bees really works. It has all of the vitamin Bs. Just look at my eyes. It has vitamin B12 and 6. It has some magnesium and some zinc. I know it has an essential oil in here too. But oh my God, I've been taking these for like close as 5. So I've been taking these for 5 years, y'all, and I live by these. I have really been like, one time I took too much. One time I took 3 tablets instead of 2, and I wasn't really sleeping, and I wasn't tired. I'm talking about, I was up like a mad scientist, like writing things, and my mind was going. It's probably the most that I made money with Young Living during that time, because I was just like, I remember going, if you guys remember, if you follow me for years, I used to have this group called Oily Mamas. And it was just like a business group of women that wanted to share and use these health products and stuff. And I remember going in the group like, y'all, I don't know what is going on with me, but I have been up for days almost, and I'm not even tired, and I feel good. And one of the women were like, well, how many Super Bs are you taking? And I was like, I don't know. I'm taking like 3 or 4. And then I went on the back. I'm like, oh my God, that's why. So even people out here in Senegal have ordered these. They really work. Get you some Super Bs if you are feeling fatigue or even concentration. Vitamin B deficiency, I should do a whole thing on vitamin B deficiency, because they are sucking all the vitamin B out of everything. If you look on the back of the things that you're eating, it used to have vitamin B in it, and it doesn't anymore. And not having vitamin B, you can't even concentrate. You can't even, like, you're going to have foggy brain. And all of us are vitamin B deficient. Everybody. Okay. So that's that. And I will share the links. I think I can find the Extra Sunshine link, but I'll share the Young Living link. I'll share both of them in the comments after this live. The last thing about health is the last thing I wrote is essential oils, but I think I'm gonna do a whole nother episode on that. Essential oils definitely is a big thing. Essential oils have been tested to be over 1,000 times more potent than the herb that it comes from. So I definitely use essential oils more than herbs. I use them to do my yoni steams. I use them for my detox teas and stuff. I'm always putting like citronella and, well, this is clove. I do put clove inside of my teas and stuff too. But it's just really potent stuff. So I like potency. I need for things to work real fast. Okay. So, oh yes, I'm sorry. Date sugar is good. Yeah, date sugar is a pretty good substitute. And you can also get dates and blend them up. You have to do a good amount of them to get the sweetness of it. Thank you. Thank you, Coast. Thank you for tuning in. And yes, I will share the link. I don't think I can share it now. Yes, I can. I can share the link now. Let's see. I'm gonna go on my And let me know if you guys have any questions. We're about to end the live here. So if you have questions, ask them now. Yes, you guys, please do vitamins. I'm going to talk more and more about the vitamins because I think that the education of it is missing. It makes me angry. I have to like really control myself because I just know that they set it up like this. Like, why wasn't this taught in school? We should all know about vitamins. It shouldn't just be like this. So, I think that is the missing link. I think us not knowing what these things do. We see the terms and they play around with us with stuff. You know, what's that word that they use on the labels? It's a word that they use. I talk about this, but I just can't remember right now. But there's a certain word. It's not processed. It's damn it, what is that word? They use this word and it sounds like things are fresh. It sounds like it's good and new, but it's really not. It's on the tip of my tongue. But they do this on purpose, y'all, to just really make you, to just help it where we don't really know. We don't really know what this stuff means. So, you know, we see the word antioxidant and it's just like, oh, okay. Okay, I guess that's good. I really want to remember this word and I can't. Hey, Atmosphere. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, catch the replay, please. There goes the link, guys. Catch the replay. Can I do anything with the link? Yeah. And then I'll send the Nature Sun. I do have the Nature Sunshine link. I'll definitely post it though. I'm gonna have it in the description so you can catch it in the replay. You'll see it in about 5 minutes or less. I'll have both of those in the descriptions. Okay, let me know if you have any more questions. I really appreciate you guys for coming through. I'm so happy to have done this live. When I say the last 2 months, there has been an urge. I mean, I'm going to talk about this a lot more because it's just so much that needs to be said. I mean, what I would love to do is like do an episode like just on the blood, just on the bowel movements, just on the kidneys. And I really want to invite the kids in too, so you guys can see like how we learn together and how I teach them, and they can, you know, educate us, and maybe we can get y'all's kids involved. Like, this is like a big thing for me, a big vision that I have. So I know it's coming together, but I just really needed to share this message because there is so much of us that are about to be dealing with health conditions. So many people are going to be hospitalized, and you're going to be depressed, and you're going to feel stuck and confused, and you're going to be having these conditions going on. I can't say exactly like what it is, but I just know that it is happening. It's already began, and it's just going to be, it's going to grow. It's going to be like this big thing. So I just really wanted to urge you guys to take your health more serious, make it a priority. If you love yourself, you have to love your body, and you have to love your brain. It's not about what it looks like. It's about what it feels like. I feel like I have to say that because we're in the era of like going to the gym, working out, you know, making your, you know, your butt look good and all this stuff. And all that is great because, you know, if you look good, you feel good, but you also got to feel good, like, to even look good. Is that right? You got to feel good, period. Okay. Even if you're not looking good, you better feel good. Okay. Would you rather look good and not feel good, or vice versa? Like, that is the real deal. You have to feel good so that you can perform right. And I hope that I put enough emphasis on, even though I talked about food, I don't want this to be about food. I want you to really understand that the chemicals that you're using are causing you to have foggy brain, and they are directly linked to cancer and chronic headaches and uterine issues and infertility and all types of things. Please, please don't think that I'm just talking about food. This is not about food. I'm just, only reason why we talked about food is because we don't want to keep putting bad stuff in us, and we need to replace it with good stuff. But this is about taking the right vitamins. This is about getting rid of processed people, and this is about transforming your mind and taking yourself. I don't even want to use the word health. Taking yourself more serious. If you ain't taking your health more serious, you ain't taking yourself more serious. Okay? That's my closing slogan, all right? All right, you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. If you appreciated this live, then please give your girl a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that Earth is School is popping, okay? That they need to suggest my lives to other people. Please share this live if you felt like other people should hear this, if this moved you in any way. Also, don't forget that you can hit the super chat button if you want to support me. You can, what else can you do? You can come here. You can come here and meet me in November. I am hosting a No Boundaries Within retreat. It is going to be amazing. It's going to be so much healing. I'm creating this beautiful, safe, brave, healing place for us. And it's going to be some real breakthroughs. I'm going to educate the hell out of you about the different brain levels and your body, and you're going to learn how to take control over your mind. Your manifesting is going to be on point by the time you leave. And there will also be substances, natural healing substances that will help you in your journey. Okay? So please, you can inbox me, you can comment, anything like that. You can go to No Boundaries Retreats on YouTube, and you will see more information there. You can sign up. It's all inclusive, and there's a payment plan even if that is what's needed. And yes, I'm so excited, y'all. This is like, oh my God. Healing in Africa. Do you know that Senegal has healing portals? Did you guys know that there are healing portals here in Senegal? It is not a coincidence that this place called me, that I am the kind of healer that I am, And even when I first came here, I ran into another healer. She's from Cameroon, and she was the first one to tell me that there are healing portals here. So I just think it's not a coincidence. I did not try to make a retreat. This is something that a lot of you guys have been asking, and it literally fell in my lap. Like it knocked on my door. Okay, this opportunity banged on my door. Okay, like let me in. So it's just not a coincidence. This retreat is going to be amazing. I really hope that you can make it. If for some reason you can't, then you can always make the next one. But definitely follow No Boundaries retreats, and I'll post more about it. And just be ready for that. It's going to be amazing. Thank you, Miss Carrie. She says, this chat is bomb. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying myself. Thank you, sister. You are dropping nuggets. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for the reciprocal love that y'all give. We're going to close out now. I just want y'all to take a deep breath. Breath is so healing. One deep breath. Let's go in and out. Doesn't that feel good? Isn't that crazy that you have this wind that blows in between your body, and that when you do it, when you take it in and take it out, scientists have proved that it really relaxes you, that you really get a release from that? Please remember to breathe. Just breathe deeply. Remember to let go. Remember how divine your purpose is here. Remember that you didn't come here for no reason. You came here for a major purpose. We have multiple purposes. And I want y'all to remember that. I want y'all to remember your journey and how important you are. I also want you guys to stay in gratitude. Think of something that you're grateful for. I actually said every time that we end the Earth is School Live, I want to hear something that you guys are grateful for, because it's so important to stay on the vibration of gratitude. It opens up more doors, more opportunity. I attest to that. I am a firm believer. You cannot tell me that gratitude doesn't work. It really will have you doing magical shit. Just staying in that vibration. All right. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I will see you guys soon. Maybe tomorrow. You can email me if you want a session with me. You know what I do. If you don't, you can research me. You can research it. I talk about it all the time. All right, let's close out. Bye. Hey.